Ladies and gentlemen, I am quite literally in shock about how we got that ending to night one of WrestleMania. Paul Heyman not only turns on his best friend CM Punk, but he turns on the OTC Roman Reigns and he aligns himself with the newest Paul Heyman guy, Seth freaking Rollins. And Seth Rollins walks out as your winner of the night one WrestleMania main event. I didn't think it was going to happen, right? WWE mentioned every week on their shows how CM Punk is main eventing WrestleMania for the first time ever. He even got his own entrance from Living Color before the match. And I'm like, there's no way Punk is going to lose this match. And here we are. Paul Heyman comes in the ring with a steel chair, low blows Punk, makes Roman think he's back with him, low blows Roman Reigns, and he goes and aligns himself with Seth freaking Rollins. What an outstanding main event. A great match with an incredible story. And we also had Jey Uso winning the World Heavyweight Championship. And besides that, I thought it was a fine show. Before the main event started, I'm like, I'm not feeling it. The build has been very bad, and the show is living up to that. And that was right before the main event. And then, of course, the main event happened, and it was absolutely outstanding. It was one of the best triple threat matches that I've ever seen based off of in-ring. The in-ring work was amazing as well, but the storytelling was off the charts in this match. And you also had the moments of Seth manipulating Roman to like, you can't do it without the Usos. You can't do it without the Rise Man. You can't do it without me. You can't do it without Mox. He mentions Moxley to him. And gosh, they told such an amazing story in that match. And it was just such a joy to watch from start to finish. And now I can't wait to see what happens next. What the heck is Seth going to say with Paul Heyman on Monday night? It's going to be a must-see episode of Raw on Monday night. But outside of those two moments I talked about, it was a fine show. And my biggest critique of the whole show was not the intermission. Not I really call it intermissions because like every match there's like 15-minute breaks in between every match. And that I don't like. It ruins the pacing for the pay-per-views. But we already talked about that numerous times. My biggest criticism on this show tonight was how much time each match got. Like seeing these matches, um, you know, you would have thought that these were matches that were happening on Raw and SmackDown. Um, so we had Gunther and Jey Uso go 16 minutes, okay? I think that was the proper time for that match. That's okay with me. The World Tag Team title match got 9 minutes. That match should have never been on the show. This show, needed that TLC match that's happening on SmackDown on Friday. This show needed that match tonight. So, that World Tag title match got 9 minutes. The Jade Cargill Naomi match, which surprisingly was good, got 9 minutes. The Jacob Fatu LA Knight match didn't get much longer. It went 10 minutes. And absolutely baffled by this. Right? So it was supposed to be El Grande Americano against Rey Fenix. Against Rey Mysterio. And Rey Mysterio got injured last night on SmackDown. And they announced that his replacement's going to be Rey Fenix. So, realistically, Rey Fenix and Chad Gable, they could absolutely go out there and steal the entire show. 7 minutes. That's brutal. Absolutely brutal. And then Tiffany and Charlotte, they got a lot of time, but hoof, that match was not good. And we will get to that whenever we get there. But I appreciate you guys joining me tonight. We've got a lot to talk about with night one of WrestleMania. Um, was it perfect? Absolutely freaking not. Was it great? No way was it a great show. I would say at the end of the day, I would give it like not thumbs middle, like thumbs between the thumbs middle and the thumbs up, if that makes sense to you. I would go thumbs like in between. I would say overall it was a fine show. It's just some of these matches, man. Some of these matches felt like I was watching Raw and SmackDown. That was really the biggest critique of the entire night is these matches didn't have the feeling of WrestleMania as we're literally sitting here watching WrestleMania. So we're going to go ahead and talk about everything, but before you do, go ahead and check out all the recent content. Dynasty vlog, Raw and SmackDown reviews, all up on the channel. We're over 700 subscribers, man. Holy shit, we keep gaining more every day. I am so proud about the growth of this channel. I had a goal, I had a vision for this channel that this year, 2025, it was going to be the biggest year ever for the Big Fight Fuel channel. And we are keeping that promise, man. We are striving every day. We are reaching new heights every day. And post WrestleMania season, don't you worry. The content ain't going anywhere as we approach the summertime soon. We'll get there when we get there. But man, post WrestleMania season, we ain't going anywhere, folks. Okay? We're not going anywhere. You're gonna be seeing this face a lot after WrestleMania season. So let's go ahead and get into the show. We all knew what was gonna open up the show. It was Jey Uso and Gunther for the World Heavyweight Championship. And Jey got a special entrance. He's got the Las Vegas Raiders cheerleaders dancing in the crowd for him. He came in through the crowd, and I swear to God, this entrance from Jey Uso was longer than the match with Rey Fenix and El Grande Americano. That's how long this entrance was. And I love my boy Jey Uso, okay? Obviously, I'm wearing his shirt tonight. I am thrilled that he is the World Heavyweight Champion. But this entrance was long, man. But there was a lot of people yeeting. A lot of people yeeting. And you could tell this is a long entrance because I'm scrolling through Twitter, right? And I pop up Drew McIntyre's page. And he puts out a post saying he's been yeeting for 2 hours. I thought that was funny. I thought that was good. So this match, Jay's going right at him right away, and he's coming out all fired up, and Gunther takes over. Big boots, chops. Gunther's taking advantage. And I actually thought this was a good match. Okay, I'm gonna put it out there. These guys had a good match for what it was. We get to the spot where Gunther power bombs Jay after he hits a splash. Jay kicks out, and Jay gets hit by a power bomb, and he kicks out again. And then Gunther is losing control. That's kind of the story that Gunther's been telling the last couple weeks. Is I'm always in control. And in this match, Gunther lost control. And he goes for the dinosaur drop kick, and he gets hit in the face with a super kick. He gets hit with another super kick. And then he gets power bombed. He uses Gunther's power bomb against him. to hit not one splash, not two splashes, but three top rope splashes from Jey Uso, and he doesn't cover him right away. He goes for the chokehold that Gunther uses. And this finish made Gunther look like such a bitch. He tapped out immediately. He didn't struggle. He didn't try to get to the rope. Jey Uso put this hold in on Gunther, and Gunther tapped out immediately. That I did not like. That made Gunther look like an absolute bitch, in my opinion. But Jey Uso is the new World Heavyweight Champion. That absolutely made sense for the story that they were telling. This was the only acceptable outcome for the match. And Gunther is going to be just fine. Gunther has been a champion in the WWE for 80% of his time. Right now, it is Jey Uso's time. Jey Uso's not going to have a long reign as the World Heavyweight Champion, okay? He's going to be the champion for, I'd imagine, 4 months, and he's going to drop it around SummerSlam. That would be my guess. But hey, right now, it is Jey Uso's time. Jey Uso is the most over wrestler in the entire world. He sells the most merchandise. He's a ticket seller. Putting the World Heavyweight Championship on Jey Uso, it does not bother me personally as much as it does IWC fans. So, congrats to Jey. They had a good match. We had the New Day and the War Raiders for the tag team titles. And the New Day won, which isn't surprising. But you could tell this crowd was so dead and they weren't paying attention to the match. When the match was over and the referee counts 1, 2, 3, everybody in the crowd pops up and goes like, wait, what? Did that just happen? The match is over like that? So, they went with a knee drop in the backbreaker combination. And I think it was Xavier Woods who held down Ivar's feet. So I'm sure the feud's not over. But this match should have been on Raw Monday. This match had no feeling of a WrestleMania match. We had Jade Cargill and Naomi. And I'm sitting here, and Naomi's new Titantron is Caution, and her ring gear says Caution all over it. And I'm sitting here trying to figure out, okay, she's got a new, she's revived herself, she's got a new character, she's got a new personality. What's the point of the whole Caution thing? And I had my brother explain it to me. The whole point of the Caution thing is to make her attack on Jade Cargill feel like it was a crime scene. And now people have to be cautious because Naomi is a very dangerous woman. At least that's what I think the whole point of the Caution gimmick is from Naomi. And Jesus, I have a piece of hair dingling from my hair, and it's bothering the hell out of me right now. So I liked her new entrance. And then Jade Cargill gets her special entrance with the weather report. And my God, these ladies, okay, the build to this match was great. The angle they did in Philadelphia, the night that Bianca told Naomi to basically fuck off. That's not really what she said, but that angle was fantastic. And the build to this match was great. What I was concerned about was the match. Because Jade Cargill, she is not a good wrestler. She is not a good professional wrestler. Even being in the ring with somebody like Naomi, I'm like, this is not going to be a good match. Who is going to remember this by the end of the night? And they went out there and they had a good match. and they had memorable spots in the match. And one of them was Naomi jumped off the top rope, and Jade Cargill caught her immediately in a suplex position to hit a jackhammer. It looked freaking great. And another spot was Naomi on the top rope. Jade went for a powerbomb, but Naomi reversed it into a bulldog, which that looked nice. And the ending was Jade had Naomi sitting on her shoulders like an electric chair position. And Jade throws up Naomi, turns around in time to hit the powerbomb on Naomi. And then Jade Cargill hits the Jade in, and she beats Naomi. And what they had a good match. They had a very good match. Jade impressed. It was probably her best match so far, maybe in her career. I don't remember a match she had in AEW that was as good as this. Am I going to give her the benefit of the doubt that, hey, maybe she's starting to pick it up more? I need to see it more consistently from Jade. But this night, this match with Naomi gets a big thumbs up for me. I thought this match was very good. So Jade wins that. We move on to the United States Championship. Jacob Fatu challenging LA Knight. And number one, this match was great. I was kind of nervous that they were going to have Fatu go in there and just beat the shit out of LA Knight, and the match was going to be very quick. Granted, they only got 10 minutes. I wish they got more, but they went in there and they had a great match. And LA Knight, when he's in the ring, he works hard. He is a very hard worker in that ring. And, you know, people don't give him enough credit how good of a professional wrestler he is. We all know he's got the personality. We all know he's got the charisma. But in that ring, man, LA Knight can go. And it's matches like this that he proved it to you. And also, this Jacob Fatu is awesome. He is so damn over. And you know how over someone is, where they're cheering for Jacob Fatu. The majority of the fans in the Legion Stadium are cheering for Jacob Fatu over LA Knight. And LA Knight, he hits his big BFT where Fatu goes for the moonsault. LA Knight hits the BFT, and Fatu kicks out, and the crowd's chanting, Fatu, Fatu, Fatu. And I'm like, dude, it's impressive how over this guy is. And he goes for another BFT off the top rope, and he gets hit with a Samoan drop off the top rope, and Fatu hits him with 3 moonsaults, and he wins the United States Championship. Crowd popped big for Fatu winning the U.S. Championship, and his father was in the crowd, Tonga Kid in the crowd, and he went through the crowd. It was Tama Tonga's dad as well, Hikuli. Haku. Okay, that's who it was. It was Haku who was consulting Jacob Fatu after he won the United States Championship. So that was a great moment. So already, 3 out of 4 matches, we got 3 title changes on the show. And 2 of them came from the NOI family. But despite what happened to Roman Reigns, it was a big night for the Samoan bloodline NOI family. So a great moment from Jacob Fatu there. We go to Rey Fenix and El Grande Americano. And earlier in the day, the WWE announced that they have acquired AAA. WWE has bought in AAA, and they're doing a Worlds Collide show June 7th in the Kia Forum in Los Angeles with NXT and AAA. So they had El Hijo del Vikingo in the kickoff show. He was sitting front row during this match, and they've already changed his name, and he is just going by Vikingo, and I cannot believe that Tony Khan did not snatch that man when he had him on his shows. That man is an incredible wrestler, and he is going to have bangers in WWE now that he is with the WWE. So, by the way, El Grande had a mariachi band out there with him for his entrance, and he got the old school Mexican looking entrance graphic. It was quite the entrance. But before the match even starts, El Grande gets in the face of Vikingo, and Vikingo gives him a kick right to the side of the face. So now it's Phoenix and El Grande, and Phoenix hits a big splash onto the outside, and they go in the ring. Phoenix does the spinning wheel kick to El Grande, and then later, Chad Gable, because we all know he's El Grande. Of all people, Chad Gable hits a moonsault senton, and it looked absolutely beautiful. Perfect. Never would I think that someone in the WWE, or someone in the WWE, but of all people, Chad Gable is out here hitting moonsault sentons and nailing it perfectly. That was honestly the highlight of the match. And then they go to have the referee check on Rey Fenix, and El Grande goes to the corner, and he puts the metal plate in his mask. And I'm like, here we go with this bullshit again. We can't just have a clean finish. It's got to involve bullshit. And Rey Fenix hits a move, and he goes for the walking kick off the top rope, and he connects, but he hits his foot on the metal plate, and that's how he sprains his foot. And El Grande gives him a running headbutt, and then he gives him a headbutt off the top rope, diving headbutt off the top rope, and there you go. 7 minutes. El Grande Americano beats Rey Fenix. I don't care about the result. Obviously, this whole story with El Grande Americano, it just started. And this whole gimmick just started like 4 weeks ago. And it's obviously going to lead to him having a mask versus mask match with probably Rey Mysterio if he's cleared in time. And El Grande is going to get masked. He's going to get unmasked. So, I have no problem with El Grande winning this match. My problem with this match was it is realistically Chad Gable against Rey Fenix. You give these guys 15 minutes to do what they got to do, they would have had the match of the night. Instead, they got half of that. They got a bullshit ending, which we did not need. And instead, we got a 7-minute match, which felt like it should have been on an episode of SmackDown instead of your biggest show of the year, WrestleMania. So, yeah, you had Rey Fenix lose his first match in 7 minutes. If he went out there, had a great 15-minute match, and, came up short from like a small package or whatever, fine. But this, no. No. Not a fan. And the match was fine, but the whoever produced this match never allowed it to kick into the next gear. It was very short. And then they had Vikingo in the ring helping up Rey Fenix. We go to the Women's Championship match. Tiffany Stratton against Charlotte Flair. Tiffany came out of a Barbie box for her special entrance, and she came out of the box with the title. And going into this, I'm like, I have no hope for this match. Based off the build, the personal, real-life heat between these two, I have no hope for this match. And this was the worst match on the entire show. They got a lot of time. I don't know exactly how much time they got, but they got a lot of time to do what they had to do. But this match was sloppy. You could tell they didn't have chemistry. And Charlotte absolutely refused to sell anything for Tiffany Stratton. So I had a feeling this was going to be a mess going into it. And coming out of it, they did not have a good match. It was very sloppy. And there was a couple spots where, Charlotte looked like she was jogging to the ropes. And she wasn't sitting up properly for Tiffy's moves. She looked very sloppy coming off the top rope for natural selection. She barely connected with that. Tiffany hit a weak Alabama slam before, thankfully, she hit the prettiest moonsault ever and won. So that's a positive. Thank goodness Tiffany won, because those people were booing Charlotte Flair out of the building. And if she would have won that match, oh boy, you would have had a lot of pissed off fans in Allegiant Stadium. But Tiffany won that match. She chipped her tooth. You can clearly tell when they zoomed into her after the match. And I'm sure she'll get that fixed. But yeah, they did not have a good match. And Charlotte lost. Thank goodness. What's next for Charlotte? Honestly, if she wants to lay down the boots and call it a career, she does not need to be women's champion anymore, man. She doesn't. So I don't know what happens for her next. Hopefully it's not another match with Tiffany. But it feels like a definitive win for Tiffany Stratton against Charlotte Flair. So the commentary goes over the Night 2 matches. For the sake of time, we'll talk about it at the end. We have our main event. Seth Rollins, who comes out in black with a flamethrower, and then the lights go off, and he's wearing all white. And then Roman Reigns comes out, and he does his normal entrance. And then CM Punk comes out, and they play a video package for him with the This Fire Burns music in the background. And then he's got Living Color playing him out to Cult of Personality. And in his corner is Paul Heyman. So CM Punk's got this huge smile on his face. He is finally in the main event of WrestleMania. And this match, I said it in the beginning, this match was outstanding. So you have early on, early on you have Punk and Rollins fighting in the crowd, and they went at it. Roman Reigns did too. Very quick pace in the beginning, and then things slowed down in the middle. But you had Punk get hit in the trash can face first by Seth Rollins, which you hear the sound. That was crazy. Roman Reigns hit a dive over the barricade onto Punk and Rollins. You got Punk mocking Roman Reigns in the ring with the when Roman Reigns does the ooh-rah, and Punk goes for the spear, jogging very slowly. Roman picks him up and hits the Samoan drop. And then Punk hits a double DDT onto Roman Reigns and onto Seth Rollins. He covers Seth Rollins and gets kicked out at 2. Roman Reigns then has Seth on his shoulders. And he looks like he's going to hit a move. But Punk is already on the top rope. So Roman's like, why not? And him and Punk hit a Doomsday Device clothesline to Rollins off of Roman Reigns. Big spot there. And then Roman, he goes for a spear. And Seth Rollins beautifully connects with a pedigree. And I'm sorry. I had to yawn real quick. It's been a long day. So where was I? Rollins hits the pedigree. And he goes for the stomp. And Roman Reigns kicks out. And then he goes for the Phoenix Splash, and he doesn't hit the Phoenix Splash. Seth Rollins never hits a Phoenix Splash. And Punk goes for the GTS. Seth gets away, but Roman spears Seth. Punk hits the GTS on Roman Reigns. And I thought this match was over right there, but nope. Roman Reigns kicks out. Roman kicked out. And then Punk was getting attacked by Rollins. And Rollins was manipulating Roman Reigns that, hey, this guy's an outsider. He should not be in the main event of WrestleMania. He doesn't even deserve to be here in the WWE. Let's take him out. Old times. And Roman's like, all right. He's like, Seth's like, you have no guidance. You don't know what to do unless you have guidance from me, Wise Man, the Usos. He mentions Mox. And Roman's sitting there and he's conflicted. He doesn't know what to do. So he punches Seth in the face, and he power bombs Punk through the table, which, by the way, they got new announce tables, and it sounded like plastic. Didn't like it. He then power bombs Rollins through the Spanish announce table, and he throws Rollins back in the ring, and he's got the guillotine onto Seth. Punk hits a curb stomp, GTS, kick out. Paul Heyman is stressed. And then we get the finisher spams. We get a GTS into a spear, into a curb stomp, and all three guys are laying down. Everybody is laying down in the ring. All the finishers are hit on each other. And Paul Heyman goes to ringside. And he grabs a chair. And he looks at Roman Reigns. And he slides the chair to CM Punk. And Roman Reigns, you see his face. He's in absolute disgust. And Heyman's like, go hit Roman with the chair. And he takes him to Roman Reigns. And as he's about to hit Roman with the chair, Heyman drops to his knees. And he hits Punk with the low blow. Paul Heyman turns on CM Punk. And we think he's aligned with Roman Reigns again. And he's like, my tribal chief. The Shield. Seth Rollins is against the ropes. Just like he was last year at WrestleMania. And as he goes to hit Seth, Heyman drops to his knees. And he low blows Seth Rollins. I'll tell you what, with the amount of low blows we just saw there, Shinsuke Nakamura would be proud. If you don't know what I mean, look it up. It's from WrestleMania 34. So Heyman then gives Seth Rollins the chair, and he repeatedly hits it over the back of Roman Reigns. Curb stomp. And Seth Rollins wins the triple threat match. And Paul Heyman has aligned himself with Seth Rollins. Pretty sure they're going to be heels. Seth Rollins is the newest Paul Heyman guy. Seth Rollins is going to have championship gold sooner rather than later. Outstanding main event. Great story. And now both Roman and Punk are going to want revenge not only on Seth Rollins, but on Paul Heyman as well. And that is your WrestleMania 41 Night 1 review here on the Big Fight Field channel. Fine show. If it wasn't for the main event, I'm going to be honest with you, that Night 1 probably would not have been that good. But it was fine overall. And we move forward to Night 2 now. We got John Cena and Cody Rhodes to look forward to. Who's going to face Randy Orton? The four-way for the Intercontinental Championship. And we got so much more. So I'm getting out of here. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Be sure to subscribe to the Big Fight Field channel, man. Comment down below your thoughts on the show. Hit the like button if you liked what you heard from me. Follow me on Twitter for all live tweeting. Conlon_Joseph. That's on Twitter. All right, guys. Happy Easter. Have a great day with your family tomorrow. And I'll see you tomorrow night for WrestleMania Night 2. Peace.